Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. It's the Monday after Week 13 in the NFL, and we're doing our regular Monday call with SBR contributor Dave Golokhov, where we discuss with him a little bit about what he learned from the previous Sunday's results that might have possible implications for betting value going forward, Week 14 and beyond. Dave Golokhov, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, what's going on?
All right, well, the first thing that I think everyone's talking about, Fitzpatrick, right, for Houston, had an awesome game. Houston got a big win and cover. Is that, you think, going to carry over next few weeks? They've got road games at Jacksonville and Indianapolis and a home game against Baltimore.
No, I call him shit trash pick, and a lot of other people who work in the censored medium call him Picks Patrick. And really, I mean, the bottom line with this guy is he can win at places like Jacksonville. I don't think that's an issue. But realistically, this Texans team, I would say, probably has to win out to make the playoffs. They got at Indy after Jacksonville. They're home to Baltimore. Those are probably losses. I trust Picks Patrick in Jacksonville this week. And I trust him in Week 17, home to Jacksonville. But other than that, can't really back this guy.
So basically, you're looking to fade Houston against better NFL teams and against the weaker teams. Could go either way.
Yeah, anytime that they can run the ball, which they do very well, and kind of hide him, that makes sense. And that'll work against Jacksonville. It'll work in the two games they have left versus the Jags. I can't see them running the ball with great success against Baltimore or on the road in Indianapolis. I think that's where Fitzpatrick becomes a problem.
All right, now let's talk about Philly's offense with Sanchez. You know, on our last call, you said that you were down on Philly and Sanchez, and I certainly can't disagree with that. But in last week's spot, you know, I'm always kind of looking to bet against Dallas as a home favorite, always kind of looking to bet on Philly as a road dog. So when you have Philly as a road dog at Dallas, I'm just automatically knee-jerk betting on Philly in that situation. That did come to pass, but, you know, you think that Sanchez going forward is not going to be the answer at quarterback. They have home games against Seattle, Dallas, and a road game at Washington.
Well, I mean, Sanchez did play well last week, and, you know, I'll definitely give you credit. You've been saying that all year long. You've had Dallas pegged pretty well,
yeah.
As well as the Eagles, too. But, you know, I get what everybody's saying with Sanchez. He can run the offense, and it's good, but he's still a turnover machine. Last week, no turnovers. But I really see that as more that Dallas is the team to fade than it is necessarily a impressive win for the Eagles. Like, it is a good win for the Eagles, but I think it's a signaling of a change for Dallas. You know, you take a look at the Cowboys, and I don't want to take anything away from the Eagles. I know I've been down on Sanchez, but look at the Cowboys. They enter this week outside of the playoffs. So really, I mean, not much has changed for Jason Garrett and company. If they don't find a way into the playoffs, they're out. And you take a look at the Cowboys' remaining schedule, I think it'll be tough for them to get in.
All right, and then the Saints, you know, after 3 straight home losses, went on the road and got an outright win, just based on, like, expect the unexpected in the NFL. Some people saw that coming. But going forward, maybe a different story. They go on the road against Carolina, and they go at home. They're at home against Carolina, on the road at Chicago, and then back home against Atlanta. What do you expect from the Saints going forward?
Well, I mean, first off, I'd say with this, you know, the Saints unpredictable, but the Steelers, hey, we've talked about this all year too.
Yeah.
Steelers are like insanely unpredictable. I mean, who would have envisioned that? 35-32, definitely not as close as the final score indicates. That game was a blowout. Saints, I see them gaining some momentum, to be honest with you. I'm very shocked that they lost 3 straight at home, you know, in the middle of the year, you know, or first 3 games in November. But look, home to Carolina this week, you got to like them. I mean, Cam Newton has just been a train wreck. At Chicago, Chicago is basically waiting for the final whistle to blow in Week 17. Home to Atlanta, that's a revenge game. I can't see them losing that after they lost Week 1 the way they did to Atlanta, in Atlanta. And then at Tampa Bay, this is a team that could actually get some momentum and possibly win out. I mean, they really should win out. They're going to be favored in every one of those games, aren't they, Pete?
Yeah, well, we'll see. And then, you know, Denver, I kind of like the under in that one, and I was right about that. But I was definitely conflicted on the side. I was listening to people saying Peyton can't play in cold weather. That turned out not to be true, right? What's your take on Denver right now?
Well, Denver, I go back and forth, but look, to me, this is how they win. We talked about the Broncos a few weeks ago when they had that stretch, losses in 2 of 3 games, where they had like 45 passes and 10 rushes. This is, to me, how the Broncos win the Super Bowl this year. C.J. Anderson, 32 carries. As a team, 45 carries. To me, the Broncos are impossible to stop when you've got Peyton Manning as the quarterback and they're running the ball successfully. What makes them easier to beat is when they start hucking the ball around and defenses don't even bother paying attention to the run. It just makes everything easier for them. But I think the emphasis has to be on the ground game. That's what the plan is right now. And we talk about using stock market analogies, bullish or bearish in terms of betting. I'm bullish on the Broncos right now as long as they stick with this strategy of pounding the rock and using Manning as the follow-up.
All right, yeah, certainly was an impressive win by Denver. It seems like they can get it done one way at home, any other way on the road, whatever they need to do. All right, that's all I wanted to ask you about. Is there anything else from Week 13 that you think was interesting that you learned that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, I just wanted to highlight the Cowboys again. Look, they've now lost they've lost 3 of their last 5 games. And don't forget that the Giants win. They went on the road and beat the Giants. That was a big come from behind win where they edged out the Giants. Since, week 7 now, this team has not looked the way that they did in the first 7 weeks of the season. They are now on the outside of the playoffs looking in. The calendar is flipped to December, and we know this team is always a dicey bet in December. Quite frankly, I don't care that their road record is their perfect 5-0 on the road. You throw everything out the window with the Cowboys in December. They got at Chicago on Thursday. You figure that they probably win that game, but at Philadelphia after that is going to be a tough one. Home to the Colts after that. I mean, the Cowboys 3-4 at home this season. That's a tough one. And then week 17 at Washington, well, you say Washington with Colt McCoy is probably an easy one. Well, hey, the Cowboys already lost to Washington and Colt McCoy. So I actually think the Cowboys are a fade down the stretch, maybe as early as this week. You just take a look at that schedule. You take a look at the playoff picture. They're on the outside looking in. Going 2-2 in that stretch probably doesn't get them in the playoffs. They need 3 wins, and I don't see 3 wins there.
All right. Thanks so much for your thoughts. Dave Golokhov. Talk to you next Monday.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.